Shalom friends, I'm greeting you from Jerusalem again, and I want to invite you for another tour we're gonna take today. So we are just outside of the Jaffa gate, and today, because it's Friday and because it's a very important day for Christianity, Christians all over the world today remember the death of Christ. So I will do a tour of the Christian places in Israel, in Jerusalem, sorry. So the first place we're gonna go is Mount Zion. We're gonna go to Mount Zion, which is in that direction. This is the Jaffa gate, so we will go through the Jaffa gate and then go through the Arminian quarter, and over there we'll go out through the Zion gate, and we'll be on Mount Zion, so-called Mount Zion. It's called Mount Zion traditionally because of the complicated history. When the Crusaders came to Jerusalem, they were looking, where is this famous Mount Zion, and they decided it will be this hill over there, where you can see like a big cupola and the tower over there. This is the place which today is known as Mount Zion. But biblically, if we talk about where biblically is Mount Zion is where the city of David is where the Temple Mount is, so not that mountain. But anyways, we're gonna go there because first of all, there's a beautiful view you can see from there of Jerusalem, and second of all, there are two places there. One place is connected to Christianity, which is a traditional place where the Last Supper took place. I'm gonna talk about this a little bit more when we get there. And also there is a traditional place where the tradition says that there is a grave of King David. Of course, again, King David was most likely not buried there. He was buried in closer to the city of David probably. But anyways, you know, sometimes tradition is stronger than logic. But anyways, it's another day in Jerusalem. You can see over there is the hotel, famous hotel, King David Hotel over there. In that direction is the modern Jerusalem, the new Jerusalem, and in this direction you have the old city and the walls that surround the old city of Jerusalem. So it's the holiday, as you can see, Hag Pesach Sameach. A big sign reminds you that we have Pesach now. And this is the Jaffa gate, the beautiful gate. Jaffa is beautiful in Hebrew. But let's go a little bit here, because I want to say something to you about what we will see here. Okay, so we will go in that direction. This is where we're gonna go. This is the so-called Tower of David, and in that direction you have the modern Jerusalem. And this here is a famous mall. It's a very beautiful mall, which is like an open, it doesn't have a roof. You have shops on both sides, and it's called Mamila. You have like all the exclusive shops here right next to the Jaffa gate. So let's go through the Jaffa gate. You can go through here, but we'll go through the gate just for you to be able to experience this gate. So this is already the old city. You see the gate over here from the other side. Jaffa gate. And this is the view of modern Jerusalem. Today is Friday, but it's still early in the morning, so shops are working, and Shabbat will start only later today, so you can do all the shopping in the morning, because in the evening everything will be closed. Okay guys, so we are right next to the Tower of David, and there's an interesting story with the Tower of David, because when there was World War I and the British came to Jerusalem, they were of course fighting with the Ottoman Empire, which collapsed after World War I. So when a British general, Edmund Allenby, came here, he was approaching this gate, and he was coming on a horse, and everybody was waiting for him here. And when he finally got to the gate, he stepped down from his horse and started walking. So nobody was expecting that. Everybody was wondering what's going on. And when they asked him, why did you stop riding your horse? You know, he was riding a horse like a triumphal entry to Jerusalem. He basically said that in the place where my Messiah was walking and came on a donkey, it is not appropriate for me to ride on a horse. So that's a interesting story. So here is the Tower of David. It is believed that in this location, you see the big stones at the bottom of this tower. It is believed that those stones are from the Second Temple period, and it is believed that here was Herod's palace, and perhaps the three towers he built for. He had three towers next to his palace called Faisal, Mariamne, and Hippicus, named after his family members. So it is believed that here was Herod's palace, and it is possible that it is where Jesus was trialed, because when the Roman procurators came to Jerusalem, they wanted to be in the best place, and the best place was Herod's palace. So very often they would reside in Herod's palace. So we start with this today, but there will be more on the topic of the Good Friday. So now we are entering into Armenian quarter, so we're gonna walk past it. There's gonna be a lot of churches in this part of Jerusalem. You can see there's this Anglican church here, and they have a coffee shop. So British history, as I told you, Allenby came here, so they have a bit of history now here too. It's actually also a hotel, you can stay here. I was told it's pretty nice, not the cheapest place, but very nice, and you're close to the core of Jerusalem. So you can see a lot of police, a lot of army people, and this is because we are in a very tense time in Israel. Israel has been shot yesterday from Lebanon. Many rockets were fired at Israel. It's a tense time right now, and that's why there's so many soldiers, policemen on the streets. Of course, this is also the holiday, so a lot of people come to Jerusalem in this particular time. So you can see, you know, different shops here. They're not open yet, but this is like Armenian quarter, you know, Armenian tavern. You can have a meal here. So here you would turn and go to the western wall. This is where you would go to the Jewish quarter in that direction, but we're gonna follow this road and go to the so-called Mount Zion. So here you see a covenant of Armenian Orthodox Patriarchate. It's quite nice here. See, you have different gardens. Now you may ask, why do Armenians have a quarter in Jerusalem? It's a good question, and one answer is given that Armenia as a country was one of the first countries that accepted Christianity as a whole country, and that's why they were given in this very important place in Jerusalem, the most holy city in the world. They were given a quarter. So if it's true, I don't know, you can check it out. So you can see already this tower over there, that's where we're gonna go. There's a Lutheran church over there. Here's another church, a museum even. You can see we have a nice weather today. It's gonna be very warm today, about 27 degrees. So right now it's not that bad because it's early in the morning. It's very peaceful. Look at this view. Isn't that beautiful? So today we're gonna go to those different places connected to the Last Supper and crucifixion, and you will be able to see how far everything is from each other. So it's quite a walk actually, especially from Gethsemane, which is on the bottom of Mount of Olives, to the Tower of David, where supposedly was Herod's palace and where Jesus was trialed. It's quite a walk. So here is the Zion Gate. This is the gate through which we will go. Again, built by Suleiman the Magnificent in the 16th century. And this is from the other side. Now, I want you to look at this gate, and you will see holes, destruction. I will tell you in a moment what's that about. It's a remain, it's a witness to a big battle that happened here when Israel was attacked by 5 countries in 67. A 6-day war started, and Israel won with 5 countries in 6 days. And of course, this time gave the Jewish people for the first time to take control of East Jerusalem. So because before that the Jewish people did not control East Jerusalem, and after the 6-day war they were controlling the Western Wall, the Temple Mount even, and they were taking control of the old city also. So those are the bullets that were shot towards this gate. Okay, so let's go now to this mountain. I mainly want to go here because there is a nice view and I want you to see it, because as I told you, the places that are connected with this place are traditional. They are probably not what actually is. So this is a big Lutheran church that was built here by the Germans. You know, every country that came to Jerusalem basically built a church. So you have Russian churches, you have English churches, you have German churches, and that way each country has a piece of land here in Jerusalem. This land belongs to the Lutheran Church. So it's a big church, as you can see. Okay guys, so now we're gonna walk into the place where traditionally it is held that the Last Supper was. So what you will see is again a mosaic, because it used to be a mosque and now it's like a museum. It's like a place where you come and visit. It's not a church, but it's not also a mosque. So you will see resemblance of that. So here's some remains that remind you that it was a mosque, and also the signs over here. Okay. I wasn't there for a long time because my camera, it doesn't have a good light when I'm in rooms and there's artificial light. I need to change the settings, so that's why I didn't spend time much over there. But this is a place that not a lot of people go to, because they don't know you can come here. But you can. And suddenly you are on a rooftop and you have a beautiful view of Jerusalem. So we just went up on a roof of this room which we just were in, the room which is called the room of the Last Supper, where tradition says that the Last Supper happened, in the roof below us. So it used to be a mosque, as you can see. Here's even a minaret which stayed, but from this roof you can see a very beautiful view of Jerusalem. So you can see in the distance there is Mount of Olives. It's nice now with the flag, you can see. Over there is the Kidron Valley and the city of David. In that direction is the hotel, King David Hotel. So it's a nice place just to see the panorama of Jerusalem. There's the people that come to visit those places do not usually know that you can come here and see the view. So over there you can even see a little bit the Dome of the Rock. Okay, so the last place we're gonna go here is the traditional place of the burial of David. I will not be talking much when I enter the room because it's a synagogue, it's an active synagogue, so I just want to go in and not disturb. So here's the synagogue. Let me change the settings. Okay, so you were able to see the big tomb, and I was there that the Jewish people were praying next to, and I know this place pretty well because I used to actually work here. I was doing a course in archaeological conservation, and we worked on those stones here because before the stones were covered with here with cement, and it was very bad for the stone. It was done by the Jordanians before Israel's independence. This territory was controlled by Jordan, and the cement was very bad because it's stronger than the stone. And when that happens, the water starts coming out not from the cement but from the stones. So what we had to do is take out all the cement and create a special mortar instead. So this is what we did here. Okay, so let's go now. So this is this place. This is where you get out. So guys, we're still on Mount Zion, but we were there at the roof. So I'm just walking around here, see what else is here. It's been a while since I've been here, so I want to see, because this place wasn't open like this before. Here you can see the backside of Mount Zion. Wow, this is quite beautiful actually. See? Look at this. Flowers. So nice. The trees and the... Wow. And over there the purple flowers. This is very beautiful. It's a nice view for a day like this, right? It is possible that the Last Supper was happening somewhere around here, and Jesus was spending the last few moments with his disciples. Ahead of him was a very difficult time. He was to suffer greatly for the cause of all people, and he did that because he loved people so much that he wanted to sacrifice his own life so that they may have eternal life. See, somebody's reading something next to a tree. So here's an Armenian church over here. So behind this plant is King David's Hotel over there. So that's New Jerusalem. Okay, very nice. Very close to here is also a cemetery on which Schindler, the famous Schindler from the Schindler List, is buried. He's buried on Mount Zion. So if you ever are here in the area, you can visit that and give a tribute. So we're gonna get out of this complex now, and we're gonna go into the direction of the Garden of Gethsemane. So this will give you also an idea how far it is. You see the trees, very nice. This is the other side of the church over here. So we can walk down here. This is a different road I haven't taken yet. So you will see how long of a walk it is from here to the Garden of Gethsemane. Takes a while. And of course on the road, on the way, you have discoveries. This is Jerusalem. Wherever you put a shovel, you will find something. That's why it's so difficult to build roads here. Once you start building, all the archaeologists come and want to see what you found. So over there you have the Kidron Valley, and downstairs we walked from over there, from Mount Zion as it is called, although again I have to say this, according to me Mount Zion is always the city of David and eventually the Temple Mount. Although I know that in the Bible the term Zion is used in a more general way. For example, the whole Israel can be called Zion, or Jerusalem as a whole can be called Zion. So it doesn't have to be a specific place, but this it's funny in this case because this is a mountain which is called Mount Zion. So if we have to point to a mountain, which mountain is Mount Zion, it would have to be the city of David. This is where the history of David started, with Jerusalem. And we read that David took the fortress of Zion. And where was the fortress of Zion? In the city of David. We visited it yesterday and you saw the stones. So here you can see an influx of Jewish people going to pray, because this is also a way to the Western Wall in that direction. So you can go through this road and you can see how many people are going to pray. In Judaism you should pray 3 times: in the morning, in the afternoon and in the evening. Sometimes Jewish people combine the 2 prayers, the evening one into 2. So over there you can see a church. It's a Roman Catholic church, of Saint Peter in Gallicantu. In Gallicantu, it's from Latin, it means where the rooster crowed. So this is the place where Peter denied Jesus 3 times. So it's that church right where I'm pointing now, like a grey cupola. This is where it is, and this is a road to the western tunnel. So today is it's still the holiday, it's Passover, but also today starts another big holiday, which is the Shabbat. Very important in Jewish life. And in Jerusalem, when Shabbat starts, then Jerusalem, the Jewish Jerusalem, is closed. People are in homes, spend time with their family. This is something very nice. You can see, you know, Jewish people walking with their children, spending time with their whole family. That's a very nice aspect of Shabbat. It gives you peace. You are disconnected from all the mobile phones, from the internet, from YouTube. You have a time just to rest. So here again, another perspective on the church of Saint Peter in Gallicantu. Downstairs over here, the city of David, and the Kidron Valley is below. So this is the proper Mount Zion, and here you can already see the Temple Mount. So we have not come from this direction yet in my videos. I don't think so. Didn't show you this road yet. So again, a view on the city of David. You can walk also up there on that walls and go to the western wall. There's gonna be a gate, a Dung gate, through which you go, and then you are basically next to the western wall plaza. But today we're gonna go to the Gethsemane. In the Garden of Gethsemane, which means the garden of the oil press. A lot of things are happening here, a lot of security, a lot of construction work, everything at once, a lot of holidays. It's a mix. So that's the Dung gate. This is where you would enter to go to the western wall, but we are going further down to the valley. We walked this way yesterday. No, not yesterday. On the first day of Pesach. we did this tour. But I'm doing it again because I want to do all the Christian sites that are connected with the Last Supper, with Friday, Resurrection. We're gonna do a detour here because I want to go to the Pool of Siloam. Yesterday I did not go because it was a holiday, it was probably closed. Today it might be open. So again, in the distance you see the church, the St. Peter's Church, and this is the south of the Temple Mount, and here is the City of David, which we visited. So now I will not be talking much about things that are in the City of David. If you are interested in learning more, see my other videos. A video from yesterday would be good to see, because there I talk more about the archaeology of the importance of the place. So now we're gonna walk very close to the Arab neighborhood. This is the Sylvan neighborhood. We have some shops here, and this is the Sylvan neighborhood. And we'll walk the Kidron Valley and get out next to the Garden of Gethsemane. So here in the valley it's very warm. So I think I will end my tour in the Garden of Gethsemane, and tomorrow we will visit the two places that are considered to be the Golgotha, Calvaria, the skull. So the burial site of Jesus and crucifixion and resurrection. So you can already see where we are. This is southeast end of the Temple Mount. This is the city of David where we just were. This is this Arab neighborhood here. So that's how it looks from the bottom of the valley. I did a video once when I was walking here, but it was a while ago. And every time, even it depends when you come in the summer or if you go in the spring, it's different. Every time it's different. Oh, it's a supermarket here. So here is this Asian neighborhood, and here you can see the Kidron Valley. So those houses are built on a rock scarp, and actually in some of them, in some places, there are like holes. Those are ancient burial sites. And this is of course a very problematic place, because everything is built here without permits. People build how they like on top. They build up. So in one house a whole generation lives. And some of those houses are very old, but nobody knows what is the state of the foundations of those buildings. So here we are, the Kidron Valley. We are at the bottom of the Kidron Valley. This is where we came from. So in the distance you can see the Orthodox Church. here. It's the slope of the Kidron Valley. It's like going back in time now, 2000 years. It feels like walking in ancient times somewhere. Not a lot of people come here. It's very quiet. So you see some caves over there. So the houses are built on ancient caves, ancient burial sites. So as we walk here, we can also remember the story of Abraham and Melchizedek. Remember, Abraham was returning after rescuing his nephew Lot, and as he was walking next to Salem, the king approached him and blessed him. It's not Abraham who blesses Melchizedek, although he was a legend already, but it's Melchizedek who is worshipping the God Most High. So perhaps it happened somewhere here when they met. These are also very old burial sites of noble people. You can see where we walked. And where we are now. So this is where we get out. And this is where the Church of Nations is, where the Gethsemane, the Garden of Gethsemane is. Gethsemane. So here's a view on the Golden Gate once again. Here you can see where we came from. This is where we're going. So, once again, a view on the Mount of Olives, Kidron Valley, Golden Gate. Here is Gethsemane. This is the Church of Nations. It will be probably very busy today because it's the Good Friday, so you can already see there's an active mass going on there, and it will be difficult to get in even. For a moment we'll be able to get in. So yeah, there is a selfie going on there. See if we can go through here. Here is Gethsemane, the garden, and very old olive trees. We have been here before in my previous videos, but I just wanted to end here symbolically on Friday. Because this is the place of the greatest suffering. This is the place of the greatest suffering of the Messiah, when he was squashed as an olive. He suffered that much. So let me get out a little bit, because it's very loud there and you may not be able to hear me well. So you see a person selling next to the church. As it was in the ancient times, next to the temple people were selling. Today also. People never change. This is another church, another tradition. You also have olive trees here, so generally the Garden of Gethsemane could have been somewhere in this area, in this general area, because there are olive trees that are very old here. There's a tradition of having olive trees here, so perhaps somewhere here Jesus was suffering in the garden before he was betrayed by Judas. Once more a view, Church of Nations. Let me get out of the way of the group here. This is a better view. So once again, olive trees. And when Jesus came to Jerusalem on a donkey, he was greeted with palm branches, and you can see palm trees right now. He came from the east, from there, from the Mount of Olives, and entered Jerusalem through here on a donkey. That was his triumphal entry. But then he returned here again and suffered much as he was betrayed. So guys, thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this tour today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button to be notified of future videos, and I'll see you on our next tour. Have a great day. Shalom.